How's it going, guys? Just doing another update on the diesel-powered Ford. I haven't had a lot of time lately, and what time I have done, I've been doing other stuff. But basically, I'm back on the Ford. I'm trying to get it done for the end of the month for the first pull. And I haven't done a lot to it, but I made up the weight bracket for the in front of the back wheels. So anyways, that's it's just going to hang off the frame, and basically it's just in front of the back wheels. That side, the pipe's in the way, but it's going to hang that location. It'll be maybe about 3 or 4 inches further back and up a little bit higher, maybe 2 inches higher. But I gotta modify a bracket for that and all that lovely stuff. So I finally got the pulley and the adapter for the engine, so that's gonna go on there, just right in there. So that's awesome that I got that all made up and done now. I just have to do the steering rod, which I said I'd do in the last video, which I never actually ended up doing. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be getting a lot done this week and hopefully next week, and it should be awesome. So let's get started, boys. Okay, guys, I got the pulley bolted onto the engine, I got the adapter bolted up, and I got the rag joint all tightened up. I pulled the plastic fan off there, so that gave me a little extra clearance. Basically, that's roughly the height that the engine's going to be sitting. I got these angle iron pieces here I'm going to use for the motor mounts, so I just got to pull those carrier mounts off, and then I got to adapt, not adapt, but I got to drill the bolt pattern on there to fit the block, and yeah, so we'll see how this whole thing stands up to the diesel. Well, boys, that's another step in the right direction. I got both motor mounts made up, and basically for both sides, and right now that's just sitting on 1/2-inch blocks, like blocks of steel, and I'm thinking that's like the right spacing, so I'm kind of thinking I might just cut up some more 1/2-inch pieces and make the motor mounts weld onto the frame, and then maybe drill and tap, or depending on how much room I got, I might drill and tap them, or maybe if there's enough room outside the frame tubes I might use bolts and nuts, but we'll have to see how it plays out. But that looks a lot cleaner without those carrier motor mounts on there, and just a nice clean angle iron. It'll look nice once it's all painted up. But yeah, I'm really liking the way this is turning out. I forgot to mention that this tractor is mentioned in the comments on one of the last videos. A guy wanted to know what this thing was, and it's advertised as a Landmark 10 horsepower 34-inch deck. It's actually made by MTD. It's got the forward and reverse gearbox down there with a chain drive going to the rear axle, and this is going to be a future project, but it's technically not my project. It's going to be for one of my buddies, and I'm going to help him with it, and eventually it's going to be on tracks. We're going to pull both axles out from underneath it and make up a pulley system to drive the tracks like a bulldozer. So yeah, it's just it's a fairly small tractor. It gets smaller than the tow truck by quite a bit. But yeah, so that's that tractor. So let's get started on the build. Alright, guys, well now we're making the pieces of the motor mounts. Both of those, they're actually 5/8 plates, not 1/2-inch, but those are going to go basically in between the frame tube and that bracket on bolted to the engine. So we're going to drill those out right now, tap them, and then we're going to drill those out to match the bolts on the pieces that we're going to make in a few minutes, and basically everything's going to bolt together, and those new pieces are just going to weld right to the frame. So it's getting closer. Alright boys, and if you want, go check out my my Facebook group, Ontario Modded Mowers, and this is where me and my buddies post all our good stuff, all our updates. Like my buddy, that's my buddy's diesel puller. He's making it look like a 4-wheel drive. But yeah, so just go give the group a check out and join if you like what you see, and we're always happy to welcome new people. Alright, so this is a motor mount that's going to be welded to the frame, and now I gotta tap out both mounts, but all 4 of these holes on each mount I gotta tap them out so that they'll fit a 1/2-inch bolt. Well boys, that's got the motor mounts almost done. Like, it's tack welded to the frame tubes right now. I just got to mix a couple gussets up just to help reinforce it. But that's all bolted on and tightened up. The motor's all fastened onto the frame, and I think it looks pretty darn sexy. So anyways, hope you guys are enjoying the build. This is all the time I got for today, but yeah, so everything's really starting to roll out smoothly on this build now, and I'm getting happy with it. So there should be another video up the next few days. I'm hoping to really start hammering down on this build. So anyways, hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.